Here's a quick 90-second video tutorial. Hi, I'm Greg Hughes. I'm going to show you how to use the preview feature. In a lot of my videos, you'll hear me say, I'm going to click F5 so I can preview my work in a browser. Well, F5 is just a shortcut to the preview function. Another way to go there is to go up to File, and then go to Preview in Browser, and then I can preview this particular page that I'm working on in design mode. And it goes to your default browser. In my case, my default browser is set to Firefox, but if I wanted to test my site in Internet Explorer, I also have that added to the list. You can do the same, or you might want to add Google Chrome to your list. You do that by going to the Edit Browser list and adding those browsers and finding wherever they're stored on your computer. But what you should know about the preview function is when you click F5, you're basically just doing the same as going to Preview in Browser and Default Browser. So it's just a shortcut. But you should also know that when you click F5, you're just basically previewing one page, the page you're currently working on. Right now, here on my website, let me move the Site Manager over so you can see I've got a lot of pages on this site. Right now, I've just got the index page open. And if I were to click F5, I can preview that in a browser window. As you can see, here is that page in a browser window. Now, not everything shows because some things have to actually be online to test. For example, the way I'm doing my video, this is not a YouTube video. I'm using a different kind of video format. So this one has to be online for me to actually preview it. But I can see what I need to see. I can test my jQuery stuff and make sure that everything looks right. But you'll notice that I can't necessarily check my links. Like, for example, if I wanted to check the features page, when I click here, I get a funny error. And here's why. Because I'm not actually online. I'm still on my computer. See, when I go back, I'm just previewing this one page, and it's not the real URL because I'm not online. So clicking F5 by default allows you to check one page at a time. So a lot of times people will click F5 and they'll wonder why their links don't work and it feels like their website's broken. Well, it's not. It's just set for one page. Now, if you want to preview your whole site, you can. It just takes a little bit longer, especially when you have a really big website. And I've got a lot of pages here. I'll show you what I mean. If I go to File, Preview in Browser, I can select this option called Preview Entire Website. Just by clicking it, I'm actually checking it. I'll go back and show you. File, Preview in Browser, you see it's checked, Preview Entire Website. So now, every time I click F5, instead of just previewing one page, I'm going to preview my entire website. So I'll show you that, and you'll see one of the problems with doing that is I have to wait because I'm generating all of the pages for my website so that I can preview them and test the links. So when you have a really big website, it just takes longer to preview, but the option is there. Normally, I just like to preview a page at a time while I'm working, but there comes a time when you want to preview the whole website, and so here it is. So now, if I click on a link to an HTML page, it takes me to it because it generated that page so that I could see it. So as I click through my navigation, I can test it. Having said that, there's still some things that don't show, for example, in my case, a video. And the other kind of things that won't show are pages that are written in PHP. Remember, sometimes your pages, like those with a form on it, have to be PHP pages. Well, you can't preview a PHP page on your computer. That's a special kind of a language that has to be viewed on a server. So, for example, my testimonials page is a PHP page. If I click that, I can't view that because it's not the right format. That I'll have to publish so I can preview it. Just remember that every time you click F5, you are generating an HTML page, or in the case of selecting Preview Entire Website, you're generating all of your pages. For me, I like to leave that checked off. As you can see, it toggles, and now it's off, so that I can just click F5 and preview the site I'm currently working on. That's the way I like to do it. Makes it faster, and I can always check my links later once I publish. But at least I get a good idea of the layout, how everything's centering, and the look of my website. Okay, so that's the basic use of using the preview function in 90-Second Website Builder.